They collab with Hatsune Miku. They collabed with My Little Pony. But outside of Cowboy Bebop, Magic the Gathering has never collabed with an anime. That's where I come in. Hello, and welcome to today's 5-minute deck breakdown of Kento Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen. We're going to devise a legal commander deck profile that can best represent the 7/3 sorcerer in card form. Nanami is a grade 1 Jujutsu sorcerer that is known for utilizing the ratio technique. This is an ability that allows Nanami to divide any target into 10 lines, where he can deal considerable damage cutting along the ratio of 7:3. The size of the target doesn't matter, with Nanami able to cut large monstrosities or human-shaped opponents with relative ease. To boost his abilities, Nanami contracted a binding vow with himself called Overtime. This vow lowers his cursed energy output during a 9-to-5 workday, but increases it tremendously once he works past his normal shift. It's such a considerable boost that Nanami was able to use it in order to strike at weak points in entire environments, something that allows him to escape with his life in his first clash with Mahito. Now that we've described Nanami's abilities and powers, let's decide on a commander that would best represent him. Vadric Astral Archmage is a 3-mana Izzet wizard that reads, if it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as Vadric Astral Archmage enters the battlefield. Instant and sorcery spells that you cast cost X less to cast, where X is Vadric's power. Finally, whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, put a +1/+1 counter on Vadric. The day-bound, night-bound mechanic in Magic the Gathering is mainly associated with werewolves and started appearing in the Innistrad block. This ability switches the time of day from day to night if certain conditions are met. In most cases, it turns into night if no one played spells during their turn, and turns to day if at least 2 spells were played. Since Nanami in the show gets stronger during nighttime, I wanted to run several day-night cards and play with this mechanic to increase Nanami's power throughout the game. We have creatures that allow us to tap or untap permanents, draw a card, or cycle our hand. The Overtime shift improves the existing abilities of some creatures, empowering their stat line to swing into my opponents. Now, one of the bigger issues with the day-night cycle is that it's very difficult to keep the cards in their night-bound state. One major way we can help with that is through the Celestus. This legendary artifact allows us to manually change the state of time for just 3 mana. Also, every time it goes from day shift to overtime, we can draw a discard along with gaining 1 life. This is a key artifact for our deck, so these blue tutor cards can help us fetch it early in the game. With the shifts constantly changing, Nanami's power will be increasing every turn. And with each increase in power, there will be a permanent decrease in the cost of instant and sorcery spells. To replicate the ratio technique, we're going to be using instant and sorceries that have our opponent's libraries. These cards are normally very expensive, but can be reduced to nothing if we have Nanami with a high power. To help make sure we can cast these spells, Reckless Charge, Expanded Autonomy, and Unleash Fury will temporarily boost the power to increase our discount. But the card we're searching for in this deck would be Time Stretch. This is a 10-mana blue sorcery that can let us take 2 extra turns once cast. If this spell goes through, it's game over for my opponent. We can swing in with a big Nanami, equipping him with his trusty cleaver to gain enough life to survive the backblow from survivors, or we can play Prismari the Inspiration, a 7-mana Izzet dragon that gives all of my 7/3 ratio cleaving spells Storm, copying them for each instant or sorcery you've cast beforehand. So, do you think this deck captured the essence of Nanami? Are there any cards you think would be better suited to make this deck work more effectively? Let me know. Also, thank you for watching this video. What should the next anime character be that I cover? Let me know in the comments. Stay tuned, more to come.